Hey guys, I'm back at Five Sisters Zoo again. My name's Arthur and this is my rolling vlog. Before I enter the zoo, there's just one thing I need to do. Renew my annual pass. That's my annual pass all renewed, and let's start exploring the zoo. There's been quite a few changes to the zoo since I was last here. They've got whole new enclosures and they've got a brand new species of animal as well. But before we get to that, you guys know where I want to go first. If you're a regular follower, you know that I love foxes. And Five Sisters Zoo has got 3 different kinds of foxes. But the first one that we'll get to is the Corsac fox. And hopefully, although it can't always be guaranteed, they'll be out. So we're heading that way now. As I'm heading there, I'll have a look to see if I can see any of the animals along the route. And there we see the humans in their natural habitat. And there we see the prairie dogs, or groundhogs. Well, that was a bit exciting. What you doing? So the Corsac foxes are out just now. This one's just waiting.
Missed it!
And don't worry, you may have saw on that Corsac fox that it's missing its tail. This is something perfectly natural and can happen in the wild. It can mainly happen when the mum is a bit too rough when grooming their cub when they're young, or any of the foxes here when they're grooming. They could be a bit rough and then obviously the tail gets lost. So it wasn't due to a fight or anything like that. Heading now towards the wolves and the lion enclosure, because there is a talk happening with the wolves any moment now, and I think it's possibly down the other end of where I am. So I'm currently at the top of the hill, and I think the wolf talk happens at the bottom of the hill. And if you can see here, we've got the lions, and they're in this part of the enclosure, and they're basically in this area so they can get fed. And on my journeys I have found one of the Arctic wolves. Seems to be going away somewhere, unless it's coming back towards me, which it is. Such a beautiful animal. Don't think it'd be liking the rain though. It's huge though. It definitely sees something. Or hears something. It's going into the other side of this enclosure now. I've now moved on over to the other end of the zoo, and on my way to go indoors I thought I'd show you the otters. And a day like today, the otters are loving this weather. They seem to be really interested with this corner for some reason. So I've now moved inside because it's rather wet outside and my camera doesn't really like the rain. Explore the inside part of the zoo. So my camera's having a bit of trouble focusing on the snake. This is the green tree python. And it's right there in the centre of the screen. And you guys know I always show you these guys when I come. These are the leaf cutting ants. And if you've watched my previous vlogs from here, this rope stretches through the entire building. And they take it to their nest, which is under the ground here. Once they drop it off, they go straight back up, like this guy's doing here. It's a lot easier for you guys to see these guys. This is the Mexican beaded lizard. And this little guy is the Hermann's tortoise. They're found in southern Europe. Although it's now hidden itself, they can be found as far east as Spain, as far west as Turkey. They're often found in areas of the Mediterranean oak forest. There's quite a few of them here. I'm now heading over to the new enclosures. I'm saying that here because it's still raining outside, and I'll be back with you when I arrive there. So I've now arrived at one of the new enclosures for the snow leopard, and I'm currently not able to see any of the snow leopards just now, but once I get further down I might be able to see some of them, but currently I can't see any. And it's really quite good that it's fully wheelchair accessible, this area down here, so you can get easy access if you're in a wheelchair down to the snow leopard enclosure, and of course the other enclosures, which is down this end of the zoo. After seeing all about how it's good that it's wheelchair accessible, there's like a gravelly bit leading up to the indoor portion of the enclosure, and because it's quite thick with gravel, it's not like compacted, I'm unable to get up there in my wheelchair. So if you're a wheelchair user, I would say that it's not accessible to get there. Quite a while ago, when visiting the zoo, it must have been maybe about a year and a half ago, I was very disappointed because the Bateared Fox enclosure had gotten rid of, and they put some sort of the booths for the Christmas market there in its place, and I was always disappointed because I liked seeing the Bateared Foxes because it's quite unusual. But I'm pleased to see they've moved the Bateared closure down here. So let's see if we can see any Bateared Fox. And if you see here, there's the Bateared Fox. Now the Bateared Fox isn't a true fox. And what I mean by that is, a true fox is from the Vulpes genus. Well, the Bateared Fox here is from the Octocyon genus, so is known as a false fox. And they are found in southern and eastern Africa, and in eastern Africa they are common in open grassland and woodland boundaries. In southern Africa, the main habitat is short grass plains and areas of bare ground. They can also range from arid savannas to semi-arid open scrub and scrublands. And unfortunately it keeps going in and out of focus for some reason. And if you can see in the centre of the screen there, they've got giant ears just like the Fennec Fox. And as you just heard, they're a desert dwelling warm climate fox, so their big ears help keep them cool. But both of them are currently sleeping just now. There's two there, you can see one at the front and then there's one right tucked in at the back. On my way to the Fennec Foxes, look what I found up here. It's a giant topiary. It's really cool. My camera's having a hard job focusing in on the Fennec Foxes, but there they are here. And as I said a second ago about the Bateared Foxes, the Fennec Foxes is a true fox. So they're from the Vulpes genus, and their big ears, like with the Bateared Fox, helps keep them cool in the warm climates. Just as I turned the camera off, this other one decided to get up. But now it's back down again. I had a great time today at Five Sisters Zoo. We saw quite a lot of animals. We saw the Corsac fox, we saw the Bateared fox, we saw the Arctic wolf, we saw tortoises, we saw lizards, we saw snakes. We saw quite a few different animals, and sorry we didn't see the snow leopard today, but I'm sure we'll see it on a future visit. I've got many more adventures to come, but for now, it's time for me to roll on to my next adventure.